Xiao Yin removed his clothes and slowly immersed himself in the blood pool, feeling the intense heat that was unlike anything a normal person could withstand. He spoke, "The temperature of this blood pool is truly terrifying. If it weren't for the protection of the sacred flame, I probably wouldn't be able to endure it for much longer." Although this place was called a blood pool, the liquid inside was actually clear and transparent water. However, as soon as Xiao Yin submerged himself, a searing, burning sensation instantly spread through his body. It appeared clear and transparent, yet the burning sensation was intense. The name Blood Pool was truly well-deserved. According to my master, I should first devour the battle soul. By absorbing its power, I'll be more confident in carrying out the subsequent steps. Then, I can melt the Earth Dragon Blood Crystal into the pool, allowing my body to better absorb its strength and thereby train in the 9 transformations of the Dragon God. While enduring the inhuman burning sensation from the blood pool, Xiao Yin carefully recalled the instructions given by the Devourer of Souls. "I wonder if the battle soul can help me break through to 1-star Docian." Xiao Yin muttered, then stopped hesitating. His pupils suddenly contracted, and he directed his soul energy toward the battle soul stored in the Doqi Sea. Ever since the undying netherworld sparrow had been sealed in the Doqi Sea, it had quietly transformed into a glowing sphere, showing no signs of disturbance. However, now that Xiao Yan's vast soul power entered the Doqi Sea, the undying netherworld sparrow seemed to sense something. It slightly twitched. "Senior, please forgive me for any offense," Xiao Yin silently murmured in his mind. Without further hesitation, his radiant soul power sent the glowing sphere that sealed the undying netherworld sparrow toward the top of the blood pool. Such pure energy. Xiao Yin gazed at the glowing sphere, in which streams of pure energy flowed out, causing a greedy expression to flicker across his face. This glowing sphere was the same one he had used to help Zhongyu defeat the netherworld dual sovereigns, and it was what he had received to seal the undying netherworld sparrow. The sealing effect was truly impeccable. Seal break. In the next moment, without further thought, Xiao Yin sent a dazzling wave of soul power toward the glowing sphere. The powerful seal began to crack, and not long after, a sharp crack echoed. "Hee hee, kid. We meet again." A sinister laugh slowly emerged. "Undying netherworld sparrow, senior." Xiao Yin wasn't surprised at all. He spoke calmly, for if it hadn't been for the undying netherworld sparrow willingly following him and coming up with the idea to seal itself in the Doqi Sea back then, Xiao Yin might never have obtained a battle soul. Not long ago, and already you've reached the mid-1-star Docian stage. The undying netherworld sparrow, now in the form of a red-robed man, said as he stared at Xiao Yin. "To be honest, the reason I summoned you this time is to devour the battle soul and enhance my power," Xiao Yin explained. "Fine. Later, use the power of the sacred flame to erase my soul consciousness and refine my essence. Then, devour my essence, and you'll gain my undying netherworld sparrow battle soul's power." The red-robed man, the undying netherworld sparrow, said nonchalantly, showing no signs of worry. "Senior, you?" Seeing how the undying netherworld sparrow didn't struggle at all, Xiao Yin was momentarily at a loss. Why was this creature agreeing so easily? Normally, when devouring a battle soul, one would need to exhaust great effort to weaken its resistance. Yet, the undying netherworld sparrow didn't resist at all, and it even seemed pleased. Ahem. It's getting late. Hurry up, stop being so indecisive and whiny. The undying netherworld sparrow said with a laugh, as if teasing Xiao Yin. The reason the undying netherworld sparrow was so eager was simple. It had its eyes on Xiao Yan's potential. Xiao Yin possessed the sacred flame, and his cultivation method was likely the flame mantra. With such strength at such a young age, his future accomplishments were bound to be extraordinary. Many spiritual beings had heard rumors about the flame mantra. Cultivating it promised limitless potential. Although the battle soul would become a part of Xiao Yin once devoured, if Xiao Yin were to break through to Docian, the undying netherworld sparrow would be reborn with him. In fact, the undying netherworld sparrow was gambling. If Xiao Yin could reach Docian, it would gain a new life. If not, it would likely share Xiao Yan's fate and fall. But in the end, the undying netherworld sparrow stood to gain. For these beings, whether magical beasts, soul beasts, or battle souls, power grew with time. Even without cultivation, the longer they survived, the stronger they became. However, excessive power brought its own consequences. The overwhelming strength of these beings would attract divine retribution. Every time they broke through a star in Douyin, they would face a wave of divine retribution, and each subsequent wave would be even more powerful than the last. The undying netherworld sparrow had just broken through to the Douyin level and survived a tribulation. Even with the help of figures like Xiao, it nearly perished. After that harrowing experience, the undying netherworld sparrow became eager to transform into Xiaoyan's battle soul. After all, by becoming a human's battle soul, it would no longer have to endure tribulations, though at the cost of its freedom and consciousness. All right, Xiaoyan responded without hesitation. The brilliant cyan-yellow flame instantly spread across his fingertips and slowly wrapped around the paper, sealing the undying netherworld sparrow. Chirp, chirp. As the sacred, scorching flame entwined around it, the figure of the man in the red robe vanished, revealing the true form of the massive, undying netherworld sparrow, towering over 100 feet tall. Just a glance at it brought a weighty pressure upon Xiaoyan. Exposed to Xiaoyan's sacred flame, the undying netherworld sparrow's entire body began to radiate a fiery red glow. Even from its heart, strands of gray flame emerged, fiercely resisting Xiaoyan's cyan-yellow flame. Xiaoyan's cyan-yellow flame, however, was a fusion of two sacred flames. The Fireheart Heavenly Rock ranked 35th and the Ghost-Faced Soul Flame ranked 24th. The fact that both sacred flames feared the gray fire of the undying netherworld sparrow clearly demonstrated the immense power of the undying fire, which was linked to the bird. Little one, I hope you don't disappoint me, echoed the last trace of the undying netherworld sparrow's intelligence as it was finally refined by Xiaoyan's sacred flame, its voice lingering faintly in the space. With a soft thud, all of the undying netherworld sparrow's remaining consciousness dissipated, leaving a massive, crimson figure standing lifelessly before Xiaoyan. Now, the creature had no trace of intelligence, resembling a mere shell. What remained was only its vast and pure power. Farewell, Senior, Xiaoyan murmured, feeling a deep respect for the once mighty, undying netherworld sparrow in his heart. Let's begin, he declared, his voice now tinged with excitement as the last vestiges of the bird's consciousness vanished. A battle soul. Once Xiaoyan devoured the battle soul, it could greatly enhance his strength. Even his combat prowess would surge drastically, as having a battle soul would amplify his already terrifying power, possibly turning him into a walking force of destruction. A battle soul was a special form that only Douyin experts could possess by devouring. By merging with a battle soul, one's combat ability increased significantly. In battle, the battle soul could be summoned to coat the user's body, combining their own strength with the battle soul's unique power. Together, this could exponentially boost their combat effectiveness. However, there were many prerequisites for devouring a battle soul. After becoming a Douyin, the division and restraint of attributes became extremely crucial. Among fighters of equal rank and strength, the techniques, methods, and even the countering of elemental attributes could often determine the outcome of a battle. The devouring of a battle soul also involved elemental attributes. As the precursor of the undying fire, the undying netherworld sparrow's battle soul undoubtedly shared a strong connection with the flame. Given Xiaoyan's identity as an alchemist and his dual fire and wood attributes, the undying netherworld sparrow was particularly well suited for him. With Xiaoyan's exceptional command of the fire attribute, bolstered by sacred flames, and now the addition of the undying netherworld sparrow's fire attribute, he might well become an unrivaled figure in the realm of fire. Huff, huff. Xiaoyan exhaled deeply. Recovery complete, he muttered as he slowly opened his eyes, marveling at the undying netherworld sparrow that nearly covered the entire blood pool. He couldn't help but gasp at its sheer size. Having expended some of his energy breaking the seal and refining the bird's intelligence, Xiaoyan made sure he was fully prepared before attempting to devour the battle soul. After all, While the bird no longer had any intelligence and was merely a vessel of energy, the primal resistance it might unleash due to its instinct couldn't be underestimated. "This big guy," Xiao Yin said with a faint smile. "Come." The next moment, his gaze deepened as the fire-attributed battle soul within him began to spin rapidly. Deep inside his body, the flame mantra rotated quickly as well, emitting a powerful suction force that reached out towards the undying netherworld sparrow. Devouring a battle soul isn't like your usual method of absorbing energy into your body. Since a battle soul is an entity of its own, it can't be devoured in the most primitive way. The method involves letting the immense battle soul cover your body, allowing it to adapt to your form, your power, and your will. Once you gain control over it, you'll succeed in the devouring process, with the battle soul attaching itself to your body to form an armor. You can think of a battle soul as your armor. Summon it when needed, and retract it when not. As Xiao Yin began the process, the words of the Devourer of Souls echoed in his mind. Devouring a battle soul requires you to use your soul power to overlap the battle soul's body with your own. Remember, you must only use soul power, and you cannot move. This allows the battle soul to gradually adjust to your soul's energy. To control the undying netherworld sparrow and make it adapt to my strength and soul. Xiao Yin calmed himself, not rushing to devour, but instead repeatedly muttering the words of the Devourer of Souls. Whoosh! The next moment, as if he suddenly understood something, Xiao Yin directly controlled his vast soul power, slowly moving the massive, undying netherworld sparrow that loomed above the blood pool. This guy is too big. Why can't it be a little smaller? After a few breaths, Xiao Yin realized that he was still quite far from the blood pool controlled by the undying netherworld sparrow, and in those few breaths, he had only managed to move it slightly, almost an insignificant distance. He shook his head. "Come to me." In the next moment, Xiao Yan's stubbornness flared up. His soul power and sacred flame surged toward the undying netherworld sparrow, but this time, it didn't budge an inch. Watching this, Xiao Yin couldn't help but roll his eyes. "Looks like I'll have to take it slow." Xiao Yin smiled helplessly when he saw the situation. The next moment, he controlled his soul power, slowly moving the undying netherworld sparrow closer to himself. 1 minute, 10 minutes, an hour. Time passed slowly, and finally, this snail-paced movement resulted in the undying netherworld sparrow's body slowly overlapping with Xiao Yan's by the third day. Next, this is probably the most important part. Seeing their figures overlap, Xiao Yan couldn't help but take a deep breath and spoke seriously. And the second step, after the two of you merge, the power of the battle soul and your own strength will clash violently. Remember to protect your true self. You must not let the power of the battle soul scatter you, or everything will be in vain. The most crucial part of the second step is to channel your own power into the battle soul's body, replacing its strength with yours. Your power will flow into the battle soul, and its original energy will flow into your body. As for whether you can break through to a 1-star Docian, it depends on your own fate. With the success of the first step, the Devourer of Souls' words echoed in Xiao Yan's mind once again. "I still don't believe it. I, the Flame Emperor, Lord of all fires, can't deal with a mere battle soul." Xiao Yan slowly closed his eyes, gazing at the massive, nearly 100-foot-tall fiery, undying netherworld sparrow projection outside his body, muttering to himself, "Chirp, chirp." The undying netherworld sparrow seemed to sense the danger. It instinctively let out strange calls, its body, now merged with Xiao Yan's, radiating an intensely violent aura, almost like the primal energy of a magical beast, as it shot toward Xiao Yan, seemingly wanting to obliterate and devour him. "Come at me," Xiao Yan muttered, and then his brilliant soul power and Do Qi surged toward the fiery battle soul aura. To deal with violence, the only way is with more violence. Boom! The dazzling attack exploded, and the mindless, undying netherworld sparrow seemed to feel some fear from Xiao Yan. It let out a mournful cry, and the fiery red flames surged again, attacking Xiao Yan. Boom! 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 The undying netherworld sparrow attacked again and again, trying to erase Xiao Yin and take over his body. But Xiao Yin didn't counterattack, simply defending, allowing the violent attacks to be resisted without difficulty. Seems like your energy is starting to weaken. Not far now. Sensing the undying netherworld sparrow's energy waning, Xiao Yan's pupils slowly opened. Then, the first layer of his spirit palace shone brilliantly, and waves of powerful soul fluctuations poured toward the undying netherworld sparrow. At the same time, two holy-colored crystals, one yellowish-brown and the other blue-green, appeared in Xiao Yan's hand. Two silver-like liquid drops slowly dripped toward the undying netherworld sparrow projection. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Strange cries sounded once again. As Xiao Yin executed his method, the fiery red body of the undying netherworld sparrow, once engulfed in flames, was now gradually enveloped in Xiao Yan's yellow-green sacred flame power. A wave of even stronger fluctuations began to spread. Buzz, buzz! This change lasted only a few minutes, and at that point, the undying netherworld sparrow completely gave up resisting, allowing Xiao Yin to assimilate it. It had clearly become Xiao Yan's battle soul. Wait, what's this? Just as Xiao Yin was about to smile, he noticed something strange. From the already ethereal undying netherworld sparrow, a fiery red flame and a faint gray flame detached from its body and suddenly shot toward Xiao Yan's battle soul and flame mantra. In the end, the red and gray flames filled Xiao Yin and his Do core and flame mantra, causing his aura to spike dramatically. Upon noticing this sudden turn of events, Xiao Yan's brows furrowed, and a trace of astonishment involuntarily surfaced. Early 2-star Do Xian? Xiao Yin glanced at the massive phantom of the undying netherworld sparrow enveloping his body. Sensing the surging fluctuations emanating from the Do core within him, he muttered in disbelief. Xiao Yin knew his strength had just recently advanced to the mid-1-star Do Xian stage. However, by devouring the battle soul, he had forcibly broken through, reaching the early 2-star Do Xian level. Although he had long been aware that devouring battle souls could significantly enhance one's power, experiencing it firsthand still brought an uncontrollable smile to his face. It worked. The astonishment on his face was gradually replaced by a smile. 2-star Do Xian. With the power of a 2-star Do Xian, he could undoubtedly handle the upcoming Eastern Continent competition. Furthermore, he felt even more confident about the subsequent 4-continent competition. This undying netherworld sparrow is truly formidable. As he focused his soul power on the undying netherworld sparrow, Xiao Yin discovered that its presence not only bolstered his defense, but also amplified his offensive strength to a whole new level. Even relying solely on the power of the battle soul, Xiao Yin, now at the early 2-star Do Xian stage, could hold his ground against a genuine mid-2-star Do Xian expert. Huh? The undying netherworld sparrow seems to resonate with the undying leaf. In the next moment, Xiao Yin noticed that after refining and devouring the undying netherworld sparrow, the undying leaf within him emitted peculiar sounds. It seems only near the undying fire will the undying netherworld sparrow and the undying leaf achieve true resonance. I'll need to prepare the materials for devouring the undying fire before entering the 4 great halls, Xiao Yin murmured with a faint smile. Next, it's time to refine the Earth Dragon Blood Crystal and cultivate the 9 transformations of the Dragon God. With a plan in mind, Xiao Yin slowly retracted the battle soul and took out the Earth Dragon Blood Crystal, muttering to himself. The moment he retrieved the Earth Dragon Blood Crystal, the iron cage holding it was suspended above a blood pool. Through the specially crafted cage, Xiao Yin could see fiery red liquid pulsating within the crimson crystal. This fiery liquid was precisely what Xiao Yin needed at the moment. The Earth Dragon Blood Crystal originated from dragon species with a diluted dragon bloodline. Though faint, it was invaluable for Xiao Yin. At the beginning stage of cultivating the 9 transformations of the Dragon God, using true dragon blood would be tantamount to courting death. Looking at the Earth Dragon Blood Crystal, Xiao Yin was reminded of the old dragon emperor of the primordial ancient dragons, one of the 5 companions who had entered the Great Thousand Worlds with him. Yet, the old dragon emperor's whereabouts remained unknown. In the Great Thousand Worlds, only true dragon clans reigned supreme. While the primordial ancient dragons were formidable, Xiao had yet to hear much about them. After all, they were merely a bloodline branch of the true dragons, insignificant compared to the genuine dragon clans. Never mind. Let's focus on what's ahead. Shaking off the distracting thoughts, Xiao spoke calmly. He still held the soul jade in his hand, with the soul forces of the other four companions securely etched upon it. Their presence confirmed their safety. Phew. This earth dragon blood crystal truly is extraordinary. Shifting his attention back to the crystal, Xiao, through his radiant soul power, could sense the intoxicating strength emanating from it. Dragons were masters of physical power and raw strength. Even pseudo-dragons with faint dragon bloodlines inherited these traits, though they paled in comparison to true dragons. Yet, for Xiao at this stage, it was more than sufficient. Sacred flame. Wasting no time, Xiao unleashed a dazzling green and yellow dual-colored sacred flame, which enveloped the cage containing the earth dragon blood crystal. In an instant, the seemingly impenetrable cage was incinerated into nothingness. Let's begin. With the cage gone, the blood crystal lost its support and began to fall toward the blood pool below. Xiao reacted swiftly, encasing it in the sacred flame to commence its refinement. The outer layer of the earth dragon blood crystal was astonishingly sturdy. Even with the sacred flame, it took an entire month of intense burning to produce the first faint cracks. Soon, however, the once impervious crystal started to dissolve, revealing tiny, visible fractures as it began to melt. The crimson liquid refined from the earth dragon blood crystal slowly dripped into the blood pool below. As the drops fell, the originally clear and transparent water turned a deep, blood-red hue. Xiao dared not linger and immediately leaped out of the blood pool. Only after the earth dragon blood crystal had been fully refined could he perfectly absorb its power. Drip, drip. The crisp sounds echoed through the peculiar space meticulously crafted by Xun'er, making them particularly jarring. Meanwhile, Xiao continued refining the blood crystal with great focus. The place where Xiao stood was none other than the Guardian Chamber on the 5th level of Ice and Fire Island. The Guardian here was the furious sea mad lizard, a formidable creature at the 4-star Do Xian level. Its task was to guard the blood pool. However, it remained oblivious to the fact that the blood pool had already been used by Xiao. Thanks to Xun'er's overwhelming power, akin to that of a 6-star Do Xian, masking his presence, even the cautious Guardian failed to detect anything amiss. The flame mantra has become rather peculiar, Xiao muttered as he watched the blood crystal being steadily refined over the blood pool. Reflecting on the flame mantra, Xiao felt it lacked something. In the past, its evolution relied on devouring heavenly flames. Now, though its rank had advanced, there seemed to be 6 additional levels. The flame mantra has 6 realms: foundation flame, soul flame, body flame, flame of the heavens, flame of the earth, and flame god, creating its own world. The complete cultivation method of the flame mantra appeared in Xiao's mind. However, to his surprise, even though he had already absorbed the sacred flame, he had yet to step into the first realm. Currently, the flame mantra had reached the mid-saint grade, but Xiao felt powerless to cultivate its 6 realms. It was as though his strength was insufficient for this level of mastery. When Xiao was still a Do Di, he wasn't even qualified to glimpse the methods of these 6 realms. After reaching Do Xian, he could vaguely sense some clues, but they remained incomplete. Thus, even now, the first realm of the flame mantra eluded him. Yet Xiao had a faint intuition that as his power grew, the secrets buried within the flame mantra would gradually reveal themselves. Time passed swiftly as Xiao refined the earth dragon blood crystal, and months slipped by. During this period, the Devourer of Souls and Xun'er meticulously plotted their strategy to seize the 7 resurrection soul lamp, patiently awaiting Xiao's emergence. Gurgle, gurgle. By now, the blood pool had completely absorbed the refined earth dragon blood crystal. The once clear waters, tens of meters deep, now resembled molten lava, an intense crimson bubbling with frothing energy. Whether it was due to extreme heat or violent energy fluctuations, the scene was both awe-inspiring and terrifying. This dragon blood is truly extraordinary. Standing quietly by the edge of the blood pool, Xiao could feel the immense energy within. He estimated that its sheer power could overwhelm and instantly kill a mid-1-star Docian. Fortunately, Xiao had already broken through to the Docian realm. In the Great Thousand Worlds, enhancing one's strength by devouring battle souls was a well-known method. The extent of the enhancement depended on the battle soul's quality, and the process was relatively quick, requiring little time or effort. However, every Docian could only perform this act once, limiting any misuse of this technique. Let's do this. Swallowing hard, Xiao cautiously approached the blood pool. Hiss! As his foot touched the surface, wisps of white vapor immediately rose from his skin. So painful. Despite his fearless nature, Xiao couldn't help but grimace in agony. The searing heat and the ominous white mist emanating from the pool made him uneasy. Looking down, he saw that even the small amount of blood water on his submerged foot emitted dense white vapor, corroding his skin. This is terrifying. Retracting his foot with a grim expression, Xiao muttered under his breath. No turning back now. Steeling himself, Xiao took a deep breath, then leapt into the blood pool with a determined motion. Ah! With a cry of pain, Xiao fully submerged himself, head and body plunged deep into the pool. After all, the blood pool at this moment had already been fused with the essence blood of the earth dragon blood crystal. These red liquids were the best material for body tempering. This kind of body tempering was no different from blood transfusion on the Do-Chi continent, and some body forging techniques were even more aggressive. In any case, the earth dragon was a creature with dragon bloodline, and its strength had already reached the level of a Docian. No matter how resilient Xiao was, the fiery red blood pool water showed no mercy. It burned his body intensely, and even the slightest trace of the red liquid slowly wrapped around his skin, relentlessly striking every inch of his flesh. At the same time, screams echoed throughout the blood pool. Xiao was submerged in the fiery red blood pool, with his head protected by soul power to prevent the terrifying dragon blood from corrupting him. Every time he screamed, massive bubbles formed on the surface of the water. These bubbles appeared with each roar. Bring it on. Xiao endured inhuman suffering, but he spoke slowly, knowing that if he couldn't overcome even the simplest of trials, he would disappoint the Golden Dragon King's expectations of him. As time passed, Xiao used his soul power and noticed that his originally pale skin had started to turn red. A faint smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. It seemed the agonizing screams had not been in vain. The dragon blood had seeped into his skin, giving it the toughness of dragon blood. This was laying the foundation for both devouring the dragon blood and his future cultivation in the 9 transformations of the dragon god. In the next moment, Xiao disregarded everything else and roared again, activating his dazzling soul power. Crash! With his roar, the fiery red dragon blood in the blood pool, which spanned dozens of meters, slowly began to disperse under Xiao radiant soul power. The earth dragon blood crystal is precious. Initially, I was afraid my body wouldn't be able to handle such powerful dragon blood, so I diluted it with the blood pool water. Now, it's time to devour all the dragon blood, soften my skin, and begin cultivating the dragon god transformation, Xiao said as the concentration of dragon blood in one part of the pool suddenly rose to an extreme level, splitting the blood pool into 2, one red, one white. The white was the originally clear, transparent water of the pool, while the red represented the blood Xiao had separated from the rest, using his soul power to isolate it and concentrate it into the essence blood of the earth dragon. Come, Xiao murmured, and with a surge of vast soul power, he directed it straight at the red liquid of the earth dragon blood crystal. Boom! Boom! As soon as Xiao soul power touched the red liquid, the highly concentrated dragon blood immediately erupted, shooting violently into Xiao body. Glug! Glug! Surrounded by such overwhelming dragon blood, Xiao Do-Core and Battle Soul roared in fury, as if sensing the danger and instinctively trying to activate their power to protect him. Don't worry. This little bit of pain won't defeat me. Xiao gritted his teeth and spoke word by word, but his pupils glowed with the bloodthirsty intensity of someone ready to face destruction. Ah, the dragon blood, uncaring of whether Xiao Yin could withstand it or not, flowed like nectar over his body as soon as it reached him. Damn it! At this point, Xiao Yin appeared strange. His body was soaked in the clear blood pool water, but the area around him was tightly enveloped by the highest concentration of earth dragon blood crystal blood. A terrifying force capable of tearing Xiao Yan's body apart slowly emanated from the dragon blood. Merge into me. Xiao Yan's eyes turned bloodshot, resembling a madman as he controlled his soul power. Ignoring the pain in his body, he forced the dragon blood to merge into his body. Buzz buzz. Observing Xiao Yan's reckless actions, his body emitted weak, brittle sounds, as if it could explode at any moment. Despite the dragon blood's overwhelming strength, under Xiao Yan's soul power from the immortal realm, it gradually quieted down, slowly being absorbed into his body. Though he ignored everything and forcibly merged the dragon blood, it brought Xiao Yin significant aftereffects. However, his body was slowly healing at a very gradual pace, while he steadily absorbed and refined the dragon blood. As the dragon blood, the size of an arm, was absorbed by Xiao Yan's body, a flash of golden light flickered across his skin. That fleeting golden light was exactly the same as the one on the golden dragon king's body. Even Xiao Yin himself hadn't realized that after absorbing the earth dragon blood crystal, his physical strength was skyrocketing at a geometric pace. Faint traces resembling dragon scales appeared on his previously fair skin. However, these were mere buds and hadn't fully developed. If he wanted the dragon scales to emerge, he would likely need to rely on the mysterious powers of the 9 transformations of the dragon god. Time passed swiftly. An entire year went by. During this year, Xiao Yin quietly remained in the blood pool. His focus was twofold: absorbing and refining the battle soul while slowly assimilating the dragon blood to enhance his physical strength, laying the foundation for cultivating the 9 transformations of the dragon god. "This guy sure has patience. It's been a whole year," remarked Xun'er from the first layer of the seal, where he was imprisoned. Over the year, he and the Devourer of Souls stood guard at the sealed area of the first layer. Though they occasionally visited the blood pool to check on Xiao Yin, they refrained from disturbing him, knowing that interrupting such deep seclusion could damage his core essence. During this time, Xun'er had numerous discussions with the Devourer of Souls, and under the latter's guidance, his recently achieved 6-star Do Xian strength had further advanced. "Huh, this isn't something to rush," said the Devourer of Souls nonchalantly. "Devouring the battle soul may be quick, but his physical strength is still too low. Although the Earth Dragon Blood crystal helps, the process won't be short. Not to mention, once his body is strengthened, he still has to cultivate the 9 transformations of the Dragon God." The 9 transformations of the Dragon God, huh? If not for Xiao Yan's extraordinary talent and fortune, even you, my lord, Xun'er trailed off, recalling something but abruptly stopped speaking. "Hmph." The Devourer of Souls snorted coldly. In his youth, he had once challenged a mighty dragon clan expert. Not the Golden Dragon King, but a dragon overlord nonetheless. That opponent had also mastered the 9 transformations of the Dragon God. Despite unleashing his full power and using his soul-devouring talisman and other means, he was soundly defeated. This failure had left the Devourer of Souls with a lasting grievance. "Enough with the idle talk. Focus on mastering what I've taught you. Once we escape, you can break your seal on your own," the Devourer of Souls instructed. Deep beneath the seal, Xun'er's true body stirred restlessly. 5th layer of Ice and Fire Island, the blood pool. Gulp, gulp. Xiao Yan's entire body radiated a formidable aura, as though his sheer physical strength alone could rival strong opponents of the same rank. "The final drop," Xiao Yan murmured, his furrowed brows finally relaxing. On his chest, a dense, fiery red dragon blood droplet shimmered. With a sudden burst of intense suction from his body, the dragon blood was absorbed entirely. Once the dragon blood fused seamlessly into his body, every last drop of the Earth Dragon Blood crystal's essence was now part of Xiao Yan. Boom, boom, boom. Rising from the blood pool, Xiao examined his newly empowered body, his skin slightly swollen from the surge of power. He casually swung 2 punches, causing the air to screech under the force. The mere strength of his physical body had reached a level that filled Xiao with delight. Back in the continent of Doqi, Xiao had tempered his body numerous times, but none of those compared to the thorough refinement he'd undergone this time. Though his physical strength still fell short of the dragon race, among human experts, his body alone was now comparable to a late 2-star Doxian. Next comes cultivating the 9 transformations of the dragon god, Xiao said with satisfaction, throwing a few more punches. The 9 transformations of the dragon god is the supreme technique of the dragon clan. When all 9 transformations are mastered, its power can rival that of a half-step Do Shun. As Xiao absorbed the dragon blood, the information regarding the 9 transformations of the dragon god underwent subtle changes in his mind. Half-step Do Shun? Xiao frowned slightly. Though the Devourer of Souls hadn't shared many details, Xiao vaguely understood that in the Great Thousand Worlds, a Do Shun was an extraordinarily rare existence. Anything connected to a Do Shun was revered by countless humans. It seems there's something else here. As soon as Xiao finished reading the information, he noticed something concealed in the bottommost corner. If it's a human, they must temper their body with dragon blood before practicing. Tiny characters gradually appeared in the corner. Without Xiao formidable soul strength, he might not have noticed them. This 9 transformations of the dragon god. Why does it feel like it wasn't created by a dragon expert? Could it have been made by humans? Xiao was filled with doubt. Forget it. Let's focus on mastering the first transformation for now. Without further hesitation, Xiao began. The time spent devouring the battle soul and absorbing dragon blood had already delayed him enough. Boom! The moment his energy flowed along the path recorded in the technique, an aura akin to that of the dragon clan gradually emanated from his body. Surprisingly, the source of this aura was none other than Xiao himself, or, more precisely, his physical body. Looks like tempering with dragon blood really worked. Observing how effortlessly he activated the first transformation, Xiao eyes burned with anticipation. In the Great Thousand Worlds, the Dragon Clan was synonymous with physical might and destruction. The 9 transformations of the Dragon God embodied their essence, so Xiao held high expectations for its potential. First transformation of the Dragon God. After familiarizing himself with the energy flow, Xiao murmured softly. Suddenly, a dragon's roar echoed across the sky. Simultaneously, strange, unshaped energy surfaced on Xiao skin. It resembled the power of the earth dragon blood crystal that had recently refined his body. As the first transformation of the dragon god unfolded, Xiao physical strength surged astonishingly. In an instant, it reached an unimaginable level. TSK. The first transformation uses dragon blood tempering to further enhance physical strength and defense. With this enhancement, I might already be invincible in close combat against any mid 2-star Doxian. Perhaps even a perfect 2-star Doxian wouldn't pose a threat. A rare smile crept onto Xiao face. Now that Xiao had mastered the first transformation, he was finally aware of its incredible power. He couldn't even imagine the full might of all 9 transformations combined, which might allow him to challenge the very pinnacle of the Great Thousand Worlds. This guy really doesn't value time. Unknowingly, 6 months had passed. Even Yu Hunzi, who had been patient, grew anxious. With only half a year remaining until the Eastern Continent competition, they still needed significant time to travel from Ice and Fire Island to the competition venue. If Xiao didn't emerge soon, their plans would be in jeopardy. Why the rush? Devourer of Souls snapped, silencing Yu Hunzi with a sharp rebuke. But Yu Hunzi started, only to falter as Devourer of Souls scoffed. Xiao knows what he's doing. Besides, devouring the battle soul and mastering the 9 transformations of the dragon god are crucial. I have a feeling he'll emerge soon, said Devourer of Souls. With that, the two fell silent again. In the blood pool of Ice and Fire Island's 5th layer. Phew, I've finally mastered the basics of the first transformation, Xiao said happily as he slowly stood. 6 months ago, when he first started practicing the transformation, its ability to enhance strength and defense came with limitations and flaws. However, after endless nights of effort, Xiao Yin had nearly perfected it. "It's time to move on," he muttered, tidying himself. But suddenly, a disturbance startled him. The source of the commotion? Xiao Yin himself. His overwhelming strength had inadvertently leaked, disturbing the creatures outside the blood pool. "Who dares intrude upon my domain?" A furious roar echoed, sending chills down Xiao Yan's spine. Judging by the voice alone, this creature was immensely powerful. "Don't tell me, the soul barrier is breaking?" The disturbance had apparently drawn the attention of the guardian of the fifth layer. The roar shook the soul barrier that had been concealing Xiao Yan's presence, causing it to waver and partially dissipate. In this perilous fifth layer, Xiao Yan didn't need to guess. The guardian here was far beyond his current capabilities. "I'll go bring him." Upon sensing the soul energy protecting Xiao Yan slowly stirring, Yu Hunzi disappeared without a trace. "What a human! What sorcery are you using to infiltrate my domain?" The fifth-level guardian, hidden in the shadows, roared at Xiao Yan. "This guy is really strong." With his soul barrier on the verge of fading, Xiao Yan didn't retreat, but instead his expression grew solemn. This opponent, even with his breakthrough to the early stage of 2-star Do Xian, would still be an extremely difficult fight. "Become my food." The fifth-level guardian, wrapped entirely in yellow sand that obscured his appearance, opened his massive, blood-red mouth and lunged toward Xiao Yan. "Here goes." Seeing the attack coming, Xiao Yan didn't wait to perish. He immediately unleashed the first transformation of the dragon god, even summoning the undying netherworld sparrow battle soul to attach itself to his body. Two immense powers surged together, enough to prevent Xiao Yan from being instantly killed. "Sorry, I'm late." A voice of apology emerged, and just as the fifth-level guardian's attack was about to land, Xiao Yan's figure flickered and vanished. "This is insane." The fifth-level guardian, clearly unaware of the situation on the first level, could only mutter in frustration. Undying netherworld sparrow battle soul, first transformation of the dragon god, and the strength of early 2-star Do Xian. With so many techniques, even without using the sacred flame, he should be able to handle quite a few tough enemies. It seems that this trip to Ice and Fire Island has been quite rewarding. The Devourer of Souls smiled at Xiao Yan, noticing something unusual about him. "Master, you're too kind." Xiao Yan, relieved now that the danger was over, slowly stored away his battle soul and withdrew the first transformation of the dragon god. However, Xiao Yan couldn't help but feel a sense of joy. With his battle soul and the first transformation of the dragon god combined, perhaps he truly could fight beyond his level. "All right, everything seems to be settled. We should leave now." The Devourer of Souls glanced at the seal imprisoning Yu Hunzi and spoke slowly. "Master, aren't we going to rescue Senior Yu Hunzi?" Xiao Yan asked, puzzled. After all, Xiao Yan could tell that Yu Hunzi was deeply loyal to the Devourer of Souls and was a powerful 6-star Do Xian. Such a strong subordinate would not be left to die so easily. "You're thinking too simply. Anyone stronger than a 4-star Do Xian is recorded in the records of the mighty figures from the 7 realms. Yu Hunzi, being a 6-star Do Xian, is not only sealed with incredibly strong restraints, but also under the watchful eye of powerful experts. If anything goes wrong with the seal here, those hidden experts will rush here immediately. I would like to save him and take him along, but those experts are far too troublesome for me right now." The Devourer of Souls shook his head. "Lord Xiao Yan, you're thoughtful, but there's no need to worry. After you and Master leave, I'll use the power Master gave me to break the seal and return to the soul-devouring domain to plan the next phase of this mission." Yu Hunzi smiled. Xiao Yan's concern had indeed touched Yu Hunzi, especially considering they had only just met. Yet Xiao Yan was already so concerned about him. "All right, then we'll leave first." The Devourer of Souls nodded seriously, fully aware that his essence had been damaged and could only be restored with a certain item. The upcoming events, the Eastern Continent competition and the 4-continent competition, would not be easy. After all, In Soul Heaven was the top territory within the ferocious soul domain. where geniuses constantly emerged. Winning would be no small feat. Farewell, master. Yu Hunzi's soul energy gradually faded as he watched Xiao Yin and the Devourer of Souls disappear. With their departure, Ice and Fire Island was restored to silence. Thud. Finally out of Ice and Fire Island. The guardians there were too strong. Xiao Yin emerged from Ice and Fire Island and was teleported to the altar entrance of Xiao Village. He spoke softly. Heh, kid. What's the big deal? Remember, you're a descendant of the Xiao clan. Though the soul beasts in Ice and Fire Island are powerful, they're not worthy to guard the gates for your Xiao clan. The Devourer of Souls smiled after leaving the island. We still have half a year. Let's head to the eastern continent. Hopefully, we can make it in time. Xiao Yin nodded at the Devourer of Souls, then placed him in his storage ring and gazed into the distance. Xiao Yin couldn't help but feel helpless. He had wasted a year and a half in the blood pool. Though he had gained much, missing the chance to participate in the Eastern Continent competition would be like picking up a sesame seed and losing a watermelon. As Xiao Yin walked a few miles away from Xiao Village, something shocking was happening on Ice and Fire Island. It's been many years. It's time to leave this place.